This is The Flower of Freedom by Deborah J. Reeves. That's me. I'm the author and presenter of this program. We hope that you will find a little rest and relaxation here. The chair you see is ready for you. Imagine yourself there. Leave your burdens behind. Take a small rest in your busy day. We're going to read Chapter 88, Paying the Bill. All rights to both the book and the presentation are reserved. To help preserve Bertie's manly dignity, Aki went up to settle the bill. In the administration office, the one lady who spoke passable French came to the counter with a smile. "You belong to Bertie," she said. "Are you here to settle up? The entire hospital will miss that boy. He is hilarious. Everyone repeats the funny things he says all over the hospital. They are even funnier in translation." Aki smiled, knowing that they would not soon forget Bertie. "Yes, it's time to go. So it's time for me to settle up so that I can take him home. How much do I owe?" he asked, placing his checkbook on the counter. She wrote out the amount. Aki looked at her, and he leaned forward to whisper so that he did not embarrass her in front of her co-workers. "My dear, this can't be correct. He has been here nearly 2 weeks, as of this evening. He needed extensive tests and procedures. The telephone bill alone must tally more than that." She scanned the columns of numbers and she looked up. "No, monsieur. It says here that you paid everything else yesterday with a money order. It was paid yesterday morning at 8:45, just as we opened. The amount you see here is only for telephone expenses and 3 other minor expenses that they forgot to tally in yesterday. Even today's stay has been paid for." Aki wrote out the check for the outstanding balance, and he asked for a receipt detailing all of the other expenses. She was happy to provide it. When he left administration, he went directly to the front desk, and he asked the lady if she had been there yesterday morning. She said she had been there on duty, and she had seen his group arrive. She asked her what time the box had been delivered. She had a notepad where she recorded deliveries. It had come in at 8:40. "One last question," he said. "What did the delivery person look like?" "Oh, he was a short, middle-aged man with a green coat and a bit of a limp," she said. Aki thanked her, and he walked directly to the payphone. He called Helmut, and he told him what had just transpired. "Nothing you can do about it now. It's paid." "So you're leaving before lunch? I can have Dietrich bring my car, and he'll be happy to drive you to Paris. He's a very good driver. I'm in Paris frequently for business, you know that. I'll fly there and drive my car back." "We talked about this, Helmut. I don't think it's a good idea to use your car. We've endangered your family enough. I don't think Hans himself is still here, but he obviously has contacts if he can get this stuff done. I've hired a car service. They should be at your house within a few minutes. Our luggage is packed. 3 cases, 1 for Philippe, 1 for Marie, and 1 for me, and then there's Bertie's hockey equipment. If you can have the driver load it into the car and come to the hospital, we will be ready. I will let you know when we arrive in Paris. Thank you for everything, my friend. Tell Helga that I love her cooking, and when you kick the bucket, I want to marry her." "You old rogue! Why on earth do you think she would have you? She's too good for me, and far too good for you." They both laughed, and they said their goodbyes. Then he called Francois and reported it all to him. 2 weeks stay in a hospital. Everything but the phone bill to his parents. This thing keeps growing, doesn't it? I met my friend and I gave him the contents of the envelope last night at the coffee shop. I'll see if I can meet him again today, said Francois in a worried tone. Hey, Aki, there's no point in worrying for now. Get Bertie and the others home to Paris as soon as you can. Have a safe drive. Call me before you get into town, and we'll bring dinner. Don't forget to tell the doorman and the maid to let us in, though. Thanks, Francois. I'm feeling rather shaky, so seeing you tonight will help a lot. Aki hung up the phone, and just as he turned toward the elevators, there was a ding, and the doors opened. Bertie was sitting in a wheelchair behind a mountainous pile of fruit. He was grinning as though he had accomplished something worthy of a medal. When the warrior nurse pushed him out into the lobby, people began to applaud, and Aki thought that perhaps he had done something worthy of a medal. He had added something intangible to world peace, if the smiles on people's faces meant anything. Marie and Philippe were right behind Bertie, and Bertie was waving to everyone. That's the end of this chapter. Bertie's ready to leave the hospital, and we have to say goodbye to you until next time. Please consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing if you can, or if you'd like to. Again, I hope to see you next time. I remain your friend, Deborah Reeves.